Good pause YouTube, 6ftHax here. Happy for you guys today, my first PU Wi-Fi battle. Now, I want to say real quickly, sorry for not uploading yesterday. Long story short, just had a lot of IRL stuff come up and stuff that I had to finish up. So I didn't have time to record, but I did upload a video earlier today to kind of make up for that, and I'm probably going to do another double upload tomorrow depending on how things go. But either way, guys, if you are hyped for this first PU battle, make sure to hammer that like button down below and let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of PU so far. I'll leave a list of the Smogon thread that has like the list of all the PU Pokemon down in the description for you guys to go check out and see like all the crazy, insane things in PU so far this generation in its alpha phase. So, going into this battle, I saw that she had no form of being able to get rid of my sticky webs, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Masquerain can learn sticky webs as well, so I thought she would actually lead off with Masquerain, which is why I led off with my Raichu. Also, Jinx, if it turns out to be Substitute or like a Z move with speed boosting, then that could actually be very, very scary, so definitely have to watch out for Jinx because Jinx is absolutely absurd in PU. So, not wanting to risk her switching directly into the Lantern, I'm actually going to hard switch directly into my Golurk. This also covered her potentially going for an aggressive move in Earthquake or the Stone Edge as she ends up getting up her rocks on my switch in. She is then going to go for the Earthquake as I get on my own rocks, doing a decent bit of damage to my Golurk. This is fine though. Shouts out to you guys who get the nickname reference of this Golurk, by the way. And I'm going to take this chance to switch into my Leavanny because I'm pretty sure that she's not going to go for a Thunder Wave or a Stone Edge considering that I'm a Golurk. So by switching into my Leavanny here, I can chew any hit she wants to go for, or if for some reason she wanted to switch out, I could have then gone from there, as I will be able to safely get on my sticky webs here. She can potentially knock me out with the Stone Edge, but I'm perfectly fine with that just because all I really need Leavanny to do in this battle is to get up webs, as she actually ends up hard switching directly into her Masquerain, which again, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Masquerain does learn sticky web. There's also the chance that she may just go straight for the Air Slash. I don't think Masquerain learns Hurricane. I know it learns Gust. I'm like 90% sure Masquerain learns Gust and Air Slash, but I don't think it learns Hurricane. So I'm gonna just take this chance to switch into my Raichu because I didn't want to get this affected by the sticky web so early on in the battle if for some reason I needed it to come in against a Jinx after I knocked out this Masquerain. But she actually ends up going for the Quiver Dance, which I was not really expecting her to do, but I mean it kind of makes sense because with rocks up, she kind of has to try and get some use out of this Masquerain, and because I'm very positive she's just going to stay in here and try to go for a Bug Buzz, what I'm going to do is just fire off a Thunderbolt, very confident in the fact that she's not going to switch directly into her Lantern, like again I said, to get some use out of her Masquerain. So down goes the Masquerain, as in comes the Liepard. I know Liepard can run Dark Plate with like Sucker Punch and Knock Off and Foul Play or anything along those lines, and because I don't want to take a potential Foul Play, I'm gonna go ahead and just hard switch on out of here, wanting to save my Raichu. This might have been a little bit risky because I think Liepard does learn Pursuit, so she might have been able to Pursuit trap me there, but more or less, I expected her to want to go for the Sucker Punch or the Knockoff, and that's why I'm actually going to go ahead and sack off Leavanny after getting up webs. Leavanny literally does nothing in this battle. It's the most expendable team member that I got. This also gives me a free switch into Guzzlord, which is fucking awesome, man. I'm so happy Guzzlord is finally in a tier where it can do some work. Like, when Guzzlord was originally first introduced, it was easily my favorite of the Ultra Beast. I just love the design. I love bulky Pokemon in general, but man, has it just not lived up to any of the hype that I've had for it. But it's fine because I'm about to drop a Draco on something and nuke it, except for the fact that my Guzzlord is not well trained and I miss, and that actually kind of sucks because I would have been able to, as you can see here, not only outspeed the Lantern, but I would have been able to potentially knock it out with another Draco Meteor, or at least got off a good amount of damage on whatever she switched in. So I'm able to hit the second Draco as she's gonna chip me down even more with this Hydro Pump, and that actually did a pretty decent amount of damage. Like, I'm so disappointed in Guzzlord, man. I really hope it stays in PU because in PU, Guzzlord is actually terrifying. Like, I'm not even joking with you guys. Guzzlord is absolutely scary, so she's going to end up switching out here into the Regirock, which, I mean, it's fine. I'm still going to be doing a decent amount of damage, you know, unless I miss another Draco Meteor, which just kind of sucks because that still would have been pretty decent chip damage off on the Regirock, but it's fine. I can potentially save Guzzlord for later to bring it back in and still Draco something, or just Dark Pulse the Dusclops if anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and hard switch directly into my Golurk here, not really worried about what this Regirock wanted to do to me, as she ends up missing the Stone Edge there. I highly doubt that miss mattered. It wouldn't have done anything, as I can safely go for the Earthquake here. She's got no safe switch-ins to an Adamant max attack Earthquake coming from Golurk, so I'm gonna be able to pressure this Regirock and pressure whatever she potentially wants to switch in here, as I'm guessing she predicted me to switch out or something along those lines, considering that I am a ground type. Maybe it was a misclick. I don't really remember why she went for Thunder Wave there, but either way, I'm going to be able to go for the Earthquake again, and I'm going to be able to 3-8 KO this Regirock if it really comes down to it. So that's really good. This is where me missing that Draco kind of sucks, because Regirock is able to not only live on a sliver of HP, but then it crits me with an Earthquake. So yeah, I've been critted once, and then I missed 2 Dracos. So this battle is just really not going in my favor so far, and that crit definitely put me in range of where I can't live any hit from Liepard, even though I do have the GameNBerry. But I'm pretty sure I would have been able to live if she didn't crit me, although it might have been damage rolls. Like if I really want to run the calc, I can, but I think it would have just depended on what item she was running and how much the damage output would have been. Either way though, I'm just going to sack off Golurk at this point. I really have no more use for it. Plus, I don't really want to switch into anything against this Liepard and lose my item. So yeah, GameNBerry at this point is not going to be able to save me, as much as I would have loved to live this and smack this with an Earthquake. It's just not meant to be, as down goes my giant robot, giving me a free switch into my Primate, which is really awesome because this is going to be able to outspeed the Liepard in the webs. Although if she's got the Thunder Wave, she can definitely go for the T-Wave, but I'm guessing she doesn't have it because she doesn't end up going for it, as I will be able to safely U-turn and knock out this Liepard. She could have potentially saved this and brought in Dusclops, but the issue with that is that I could have U-turned out from Dusclops into my Guzzlord, and then I just click Modest Specs Dark Pulse, and I'm still going to smack around the Liepard on the switch-in. So as I knock out the Liepard, I bring in my Raichu, hoping to bait her to bring in the Lantern so I could potentially knock it out with the Hidden Power Grass, but she actually ends up bringing in the Dusclops. Now, there is a chance that she's going to try and switch into Lantern here, baiting me to go for the Volt Switch to give her back HP, which is why I'm actually going to go ahead and hard switch directly into my Guzzlord, because if she wants to go for a knockoff or a Shadow Ball or Nightshade or whatever with this Dusclops, Guzzlord should be able to live. Well, no, I don't think I can live Nightshade because I'm under 100 HP, but anything besides Nightshade, I was pretty sure I could live from the Guzzlord. It also covered her switching into Lantern, trying to catch me on a potential Volt Switch or a Thunderbolt, so the Lantern could gain back HP. And at this point, I can just safely click Modest Specs Dark Pulse, which doesn't miss, thankfully. I know it can't miss, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't miss, so I'm able to get a KO either way here. As down goes the Lantern, in comes this giant, terrifying monster that is Jinx, and I really do not want to allow her to get behind the substitute, because this thing behind the sub could very well just win this battle at this point, even though I am up 4-2. That's just how crazy good Jinx can really be, as she ends up going for the Lovely Kiss. You can hit a Lovely Kiss, but I can't hit 2 Dracos to save my life. But hey, we all know less percentages in Pokemon is greater than greater percentages in Pokemon, so it's part of the game. As she does put me to sleep, I'm gonna go ahead and save my Guzzlord just so nothing else on my team gets put to sleep, and I'm pretty sure she's not gonna go for a Z move here, or like an Ice type Z move, so I should be able to safely switch into my Raichu here, as she does actually end up going for a Z move, which I originally thought was going to be Shattered Psyche from the animation, but as you guys are about to see, it's actually Z Trick. Now, thanks to the fact that I got webs up, instead of her being at +2 speed, she's only at +1. So while I may not be able to knock her out with a Thunderbolt, what I can definitely do is go for the Thunder Wave to fully paralyze her and guarantee that now my Primate can just come in and U-turn against this Jinx. She ends up getting a crit there with the Ice Beam. I'm pretty sure that crit might have mattered, but I mean, I was locked into Thunder Wave anyway, so I probably would have just sacked off Raichu regardless of how things went. So this gives me a free switch into my Primate. I really have no reason to not just go for U-turn. U-turn at this point is going to knock out the Jinx, plus it also covers her trying to switch into her Dusclops here. Now this Dusclops is actually kind of a problem, because if she's got Will-O-Wisp and she burns my Carracosta even after Shell Smash, I may have to go for a second Shell Smash just to kind of nullify the burn damage and hope that she doesn't have anything that can two-shot my Carracosta being at -1 Spadef, because I'm not running any HP investment on this Carracosta. This is just adamant max attack, max speed with the White Herb and Shell Smash. So I basically have to go for the Shell Smash here. It's by far my best play. There's also the chance that she could miss the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm kind of banking on that. But again, even if she hits it, I should be able to just follow it up with another Shell Smash, and from that point knock out this Dusclops, and I can definitely outspeed the Jinx, as she actually doesn't even go for the Will-O-Wisp, because it turns out that she doesn't have it for some reason. I don't think I've ever seen a Dusclops that doesn't have Will-O-Wisp, but in this scenario, it's really good for me because Stone Edge is going to be an easy 2 KO, as she's going to go for one final Shadow Ball, putting me at 69 HP, lol, and I will be able to just safely go for the Waterfall here. If for some reason she wanted to switch into the Jinx, Dusclops got knocked out by Stealth Rocks anyways, and then I would have just been able to Stone Edge the Jinx. And at this point, her last Pokemon is going to be Sharkeisha the Jinx, which, with it being paralyzed and caught in the sticky webs and me being at +2 speed, there's no chance it's going to be able to outspeed me, so I would definitely be able to just nuke this thing with the Stone Edge. And because Carracosta is well trained, unlike Guzzlord, I don't miss, and I even get a crit just to rub salt in the wounds. So that is going to be the victory in my favor. Good fun game to Nikki, man. This was actually a really fun game. I really thought that things were not going to go in my favor, considering that I got haxed very early on in the battle. But hey, Carracosta put the team on his back and pulled us out the victory there. So of course, if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to hammer that like button down below. Let me know what you guys think about PU. Again, the PU list is down below in the Smogon link. Also, the PU live I uploaded earlier today is down in the description for you guys to go check out if you want to see some more PU action. So with all that being said, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. So later, everybody.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in the knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.